and welcome. You might be asking, where are you, Wendy, and what are you doing out there in the fog and the rain? I am out on the west coast of Vancouver Island in Pacific Rim Park, and I've decided to go to the beach because that's what you do when you come here. So even though it's overcast, it's wet, it's drizzly, I'm still coming to the beach. So if you feel brave and you want to experience some of the West Coast elements, please come along and join me. I'm just here for the afternoon and I'm going to make the best of it. So let's carry on and walk down that way, see what we can find. There's been some storms. You never know, something interesting might have washed up. So let's go and see. A little bit wet. chocolate peanut butter with peanuts in it. perfect on a day like this, and a nice hot drink. So I'm going to just sit here and enjoy this view. You know, I'm just sitting here. You know, sometimes you just sit at the beach, or you sit in a quiet spot. But you sit outside and you don't have any of the normal distractions. I don't know about you, but sometimes my mind just kind of wanders a bit. And I was just sitting here under this tarp, thinking that this kind of reminds me of when I was a kid. I was always building forts. How many of you built forts when you were kids? I bet quite a few of you did. I was really big into blanket forts and forts with sticks, and I was never very good at tree forts. They required a lot more sort of building with nails and things, but lean-tos I was good at, and yeah, blankets. What do you think, eh? What does that say? I've just never really quite got over it, have I? Anyway, it just struck me while I was sitting here that I'm sort of damp out, and I'm all damp and having my hot drink. And it just reminded me of when I was a kid, and I'd go off and take some Kool-Aid in a jar, some crackers, put up a tent, put up a blanket somewhere, and with some sticks, and think that I was having a great time. Well, here's to some of us who never really grew up. Anyway, this is my bit of insight for today. I know some of you, many of you, can't get out and go and do an overnight or go in a tent anymore. Or maybe you just never did, but you still like the idea of it, and you like coming along when with people like me and others on YouTube who go camping and do things that you enjoy, or you think you would enjoy, that you enjoy just coming along with. You don't have to do it. And many of you have been campers, and some of you still are, and others of you have had illnesses, you have responsibilities with family, you know, you just can't get up and go and do an overnight. You might consider whether maybe you could do something like this. Now, it doesn't have to be putting up a tarp, but it is fun. But it is great if you have a little stove. There's something about cooking something, even if it's just a hot drink, and bringing a little snack, going to a park, local park, or anywhere that is reasonable for you to go to, or even your backyard, and just having some time to yourself. You don't have to go far from home, and you can do it at home. It's just, it sort of makes me feel like I'm 1,000 miles away, you know, just coming out and doing something simple, like making a cup of cappuccino, sitting on a piece of plastic at the beach under a piece of cloth, my little stove. It's sort of simple. I wonder if that's part of what I crave, is the simplicity, just the being away of the demands of everyday life. Even though I'm retired, there's still expectations, many of them which I place on myself. It's maintaining your house. There's always I think there's always responsibilities, and say many of them are self-inflicted. And for me, just getting out for a couple hours and doing this does me so much good. I feel so much more lifted up, even on a gray day, by coming out and just sitting out here in nature. There's the odd person around on this giant beach, but because it's not a very nice day, there's hardly anybody here. I just saw 2 people go by, and that's been it. So, and I've been here for an hour or more. Anyway, I'm going to sit and finish this drink and contemplate the meaning of why I'm enjoying sitting underneath a piece of tarp in the drizzle and still having such a good time. So, yeah, I encourage you to see if you can just do something really simple, even if you can't go out and go camping. This will be something that you can do that's going to just give you that little break, and it doesn't have to be an expedition. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Don't think it has to be too big. Just pick something small and just get out and enjoy yourself. Sometimes something that's simple is just as rewarding, if not more rewarding, than doing something huge. Well, I hear the rain picking up a little bit on the tarp, but I will have to pack up in a few minutes and head back. But what a great way to spend some time, despite the fact that it wasn't as it was forecast. But this was pretty darn good. Well, thank you so much for coming along. Not a big adventure, but just a little gem, which might give you some ideas of some things that you might be able to do, which will give you as much joy as this gives me. I'll look forward to having you come along and join me again soon. Bye for now.